Have you ever noticed how saving money feels painfully slow at first? You save $100, then $1,000, then maybe $10,000. And every step feels like climbing a mountain with a backpack full of bricks. But then something strange happens. Many wealthy investors, entrepreneurs, and financial experts say the same thing. The first $100,000 is the hardest. Not the first million. Not the second million. The first $100,000. Why? What makes that number so special? And why does building wealth often feel almost impossible before $100,000, but surprisingly easier afterward? Let's find out. Most people believe wealth comes from earning a huge salary. They think rich people simply make more money than everyone else. But that's only part of the story. Imagine two people. One earns $50,000 per year and saves consistently. The other earns $100,000 per year but spends almost everything they make. 5 years later, who is closer to financial freedom? The answer isn't determined by income alone. It's determined by what happens to the money after it's earned. That's where most people get stuck. When you're building your first $100,000, you're doing almost all the heavy lifting yourself. Every dollar comes from your work, your job, your effort, your discipline. If you save $500 this month, it's because you earned it and chose not to spend it. You're pushing the wealth-building cart entirely by yourself. And honestly, that's exhausting. Because progress feels tiny. Let's say you have $5,000 invested. If your investments grow by 10% in a year, you've made only $500. Nice, but not life-changing. Now imagine you have $10,000 invested. A 10% return becomes $1,000. Better. But still not enough to dramatically change your life. This is the frustrating stage. You save. You invest. You wait. And it feels like nothing is happening. Many people quit here. They start thinking investing doesn't work. They lose patience. They spend their savings. Or they stop investing altogether. But here's what they don't realize. The real magic hasn't started yet. Think about planting a tree. For years, it seems small. You water it. You take care of it. And barely notice any difference. Then eventually it becomes large enough to grow rapidly. Its roots are established. Its foundation is strong. Money works the same way. Once you approach $100,000, something important begins to happen. Your money starts helping you create more money. Let's look at a simple example. Suppose you have $100,000 invested. A 10% return now equals $10,000. Notice something interesting. That $10,000 wasn't earned by working extra hours. It wasn't earned through overtime. It wasn't earned by getting a second job. Your money generated it. For the first time, your investments start making meaningful contributions to your wealth. You are no longer the only one pushing the cart. Now your money is pushing too. And every year, that effect becomes stronger. This is called compounding. Compounding is often described as the eighth wonder of the world. But most people misunderstand it. They think compounding is simply earning interest. It's much more than that. Compounding is when your gains begin producing their own gains. Imagine a snowball rolling downhill. At first, it's tiny. Every rotation adds only a little snow. But as it gets bigger, each rotation gathers more and more. Eventually the snowball grows faster without any additional effort. Your investments behave exactly the same way. That's why the journey before $100,000 feels different from the journey after. Before $100,000, your savings rate matters most. After $100,000, your investment growth becomes increasingly important. And that's where psychology enters the picture. Human beings are not naturally designed to enjoy delayed rewards. We love immediate gratification. We want results now. We want proof that our efforts are working. If you go to the gym for 1 week, you probably won't see major changes. If you invest for 1 month, you probably won't become wealthy. The problem is that people expect long-term results from short-term actions. When those results don't appear quickly, they quit. But wealth building rewards patience more than almost anything else. The people who eventually become financially successful are often not the smartest investors. They're simply the people who stay in the game long enough. They survive the boring years, the slow years, the years when progress feels invisible. Because they understand a powerful truth. The hardest part isn't growing money. The hardest part is staying consistent until the growth becomes obvious. And that's exactly why the first $100,000 matters so much. It's not just a financial milestone. It's a psychological milestone. It proves you can delay gratification. It proves you can save consistently. It proves you can stick to a plan even when the rewards seem small. And those habits are often more valuable than the money itself. Because once you've built them, you can repeat them. Whether you're aiming for $200,000, $500,000, or even $1 million. So what should you take away from all of this? If you're still building your first $100,000, don't get discouraged. You're currently in the hardest stage of the journey. The stage where effort feels greater than reward. The stage where progress feels slow. The stage where most people give up. But remember this. Every dollar you save today is not just money. It's a future worker. A tiny employee that will eventually start earning money on your behalf. At first, you may only have a few workers. Then dozens. Then hundreds. And eventually, an entire army working for you day and night. The secret is giving them enough time to grow. Because wealth isn't usually built through one big moment. It's built through thousands of small decisions repeated consistently over many years. And one day, you'll look back and realize that the hardest part wasn't making money. It was believing that the slow beginning would eventually become something extraordinary.